Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today it is time to unveil to you my brand new truck. I'm here at Danville Toyota, and beside me here, after doing all of the paperwork, I have the brand new 2025 Toyota Tacoma TRD Offroad. If you're new to the channel, this is my third Tacoma. I sold my third gen Tacoma just over 2 years ago. So the Tacoma content has been lacking. I am excited to start on this build with a new adventure. So in my hunt for the 4th gen Toyota Tacoma, I was very particular with what I wanted and what accessories were coming on the truck. So this, as you can tell, is finished off in Terra, which was introduced on the 24-year model for the all-new Pro color. I had to wait until 2025 in order to get that for the TRD Offroad. Now, I also went with the iForce Max, so it is the hybrid. I wanted that extra power. I made a video towing with a hybrid because I will be using this truck for towing. And with the TRD Offroad, I did get the TRD Offroad Premium Package too. So that package, just over $8,500. I did get the sway bar disconnect for $1,200. That's it. No other accessories, no other add-ons for this particular truck. So I'm super happy with finding this truck with no add-ons or accessories, because if you've been following the channel, I'm already going to be doing some modifications day one. So later in this video, we are swapping the look of this truck. But let's just take a quick look around of the Tacoma. I've been able to drive these quite a lot. I've put well over 1,000 miles on the 4th gen Tacomas, and just in walking around this one, definitely much different feeling knowing that this is my truck and not just another press truck that we get. Pretty cool to see that some of these badges are blacked out already. There is a little bit of chrome on the truck, which I do want to change up, so maybe I can do something here just to eliminate that. I'm not the biggest fan of chrome, but overall this truck is very, very nice. I like everything about it. And then we'll just take a quick look at the interior before we get out on the road to drive this home. So with the premium package, you do get the leather seats that are heated and ventilated versus cloth in the lower trim levels. For 2025 as well, I think they added a 4th auxiliary switch for the Pros, so it is a blank in this model, which is interesting to see, but I could always use that if I needed to. Really nice steering wheel design. We have the TRD shifter as well, and then you have a lot of tech features to go through. There's the 360 camera, the forward camera. This even has that removable speaker in the dash here. I'm not sure how often I'll be using this, but it is pretty cool to see that you can take that with you. We have the sunroof, power tailgate. There's also the sliding rear glass too. It's a nice place to be. Definitely a huge upgrade over my 3rd gen Tacoma. A lot of things that I wish I could have done in my truck, I think Toyota addressed for this latest model here. So let's get this out on the road, talk a little bit more about why I chose to go with another TRD Offroad, and then we'll get to the biggest mod, or one of the biggest mods for this truck. So as we set off on the drive home, before we start doing the modifications, I want to talk a little bit about why I decided to go with another TRD Offroad. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I've been able to drive probably over 1,000 miles in the 4th gens. I've never really actually sat down and dove into a lot of the features, so I will be doing that later today, and just to get a little bit more familiar with this truck rather than just hop in them and drive them. So I'm excited to go through some more gauge cluster settings and some of the settings in the infotainment system just to get everything catered to what I like. But the reason that I went with another TRD Offroad is because there's a few new trim levels for the 4th gen Tacoma, and I was seriously considering going with a TRD Sport. And the reason for that is because my priorities have changed a little bit. I don't off-road quite as much as I used to. I still want a truck though that is capable for some of the situations that I use it for. To me, buying a 2-wheel drive truck is just out of the question. I need some of these off-roading features for when those times happen. They will happen for me in my driving situations and things like that. But I seriously considered going with a TRD Sport because it was a little bit less expensive. It just had normal 4-wheel drive though, not even a rear locker, which I think is interesting. It wasn't even a standalone option on the Sport. I'm thinking I got Terra because it's the Pro color from 2024, so I could have got a Sport in Terra, already had the hood scoop, body color fenders. I could have made it look a little bit more like a Pro. That is kind of my intention with this truck here. But for $2-ish grand more, I could get into an off-road and have crawl control, which I may not use. I hardly used it in my 3rd gen, but I have the locking rear diff, I have 4-wheel drive, I have modes that are actually functional to get, well, brakes do a good job, to actually get this through some off-roading terrain situations versus the Sport with just basic 4-wheel drive.
Hey.
Yeah.
What's the retail on one of those?
More than you can afford, pal. Toyota. That's on camera. Yeah. All right. So there's my ride. Brian came with me in one of our press vehicles, which was funny. Oh, let's just keep that in there because that was fun. So for a little bit more, I could get a TRD Offroad instead of the Sport. And there's some other trim levels too. Of course, for the 4th Gen Tacoma, I didn't want to go with a TRD Pro. As cool as that is, the one that we had, the isodynamic seats, really cool seat option, something you would mainly use for off-roading a lot more than on-road. It's a little bit more comfortable too. For 13, 14, 15 grand more, it just wasn't worth it to me when I can spend that money. I don't think I'll get that high in this truck, but I can spend some money and make this more capable than a Pro and do all of that myself. The Pro is a great truck if you are not going to touch it. If you're just gonna buy the truck and drive it, you like everything about it, it's an awesome truck. For me, I'm doing all these modifications, the lift, the wheels, the tires. You'll see all of that, of course, if you follow along with the channel. So the truck is finally back at the house and it is time to install the first modification. That is a new set of wheels and tires. I have had these longer than the truck, so I'm excited to put these on the truck. I'll also have everything down in the description below where you can get all of these. So let's start off with the tires. This is a true 35. I'm going 35, 12, 50, 17. On my blue Tacoma, I was at a 34.8, so not quite a true 35, but today's the day. Finally putting 35s on one of my trucks. These are the Nitto Ridge Grapplers from Fitment Industries. Again, I'll have that link down below. This is, I think, my 4th or 5th set of Nitto Ridge Grapplers. I really like these tires because they have a beefy look, but they're also quiet on the highway. Let's face it, I'm going to be on the pavement a lot more than off-roading with this truck. I want the looks, but I want the comfort, especially driving this out on the highway. So really recommend them. You can also get wheels and tires from Fitment, have them mounted and balanced and shipped to your house, which makes it much easier. However, if you already have the wheels like I did, these are the RTX Zion wheels. They are 17x9 with a 0 offset. Now what's interesting with the 4th generation is that it's actually a wider track width than the 3rd generation. So when I did a 0 offset on my 3rd Gen Tacoma, I had to add an 1.25 inch wheel spacer in order to get the wheels to poke out. With this 0 offset, this is going to be pretty aggressive for this truck. So I'm excited to see how we're going to fit those on this in the stock configuration. But really nice wheel option, again, down in the description below where you can get those wheels. They are black with a hint of bronze, which I think is going to look really cool against the Terra here. And then to get this setup mounted and balanced, I had Modern Mobile Tire come to the house and do that for me. So I'll have their info down in the description below. They have helped us with wheels and tires in the past. Makes it a lot more convenient, especially when I didn't have the truck. There was no way to transport these to a shop to do it. So they came to the house, knocked that out. So the truck's up in the air now. I do have a jack that's actually meant for trucks. However, this is a pretty tall truck already, so I wasn't able to use the center point there. I'm just under the lower control arm, which seemed to give me enough height to get this tire off the ground. I also have that safety jack on the other side. So before we put them on, look at how much larger that is already. Now I do really like this new wheel design for the TRD Offroad, but that's just not my style with these skinny all-terrains. So out with the old and in with this new tire. So it is going to be arm day today for sure. Getting these up. They weigh a pretty good bit. There we go. And so the size lug nut that you need for the 4th Gen Tacoma is an M14 1.5. I'm using a spline design. It also depends on your size wheel too, but M14 for the diameter and the size. I tried using my M12s for my 3rd Gen Tacoma and they're actually too small. So it looks like not only did you get a wider track width with the Tacoma, you do have larger studs, and the bore right in the middle, this hub center here, is actually extended out a little bit too. So with the wheel design, I got this larger center cap here just to avoid any issues with that. It looks like I probably could have gone flush with a flatter cap, but I just wanted to be sure since that was a little bit larger. And so with one of the 4 installed on the Tacoma, this is already looking much beefier. Now I will say with the 0 offset, this is a little bit farther than I would usually go, but I have some parts coming to help fix that. So if you're not looking for quite that aggressive of a setup, might want to go in the positive. So maybe plus 10, plus 12. I have seen people running plus 25s, which is going to give a little bit more of a flush design, but I do like it to poke out slightly. So here's a look with that versus the stock side where there's really nothing to show you over there. So with the back tire on now, honestly, the truck is leaning quite a lot towards the passenger side. I'm not sure if you will be able to tell. It is definitely much taller on that driver's side. So here's a look at before, where obviously stock tires are going to be inside that fender arch and, you know, not really too much aggression for it. And then come over here. Look at that already from the rear. We have a good bit of tire outside, not a whole lot. I mean, it's probably a good 1.5 inches, if that, which I think, well, up front it's a little bit more, but again, I have some parts to fix that. So here's a side look at the truck with the new setup. So I'll go ahead and get the passenger side on. Real quick though, in back, it looks like Toyota maybe added an area to jack the vehicle up. Right where the silver bolt is, that's where I used the jack rather than in the center of the diff there. And that actually helped a lot. So I was easily able to get that side up without affecting the other side or having it tip in the back with the axle. So that's pretty cool to see. So with the new setup for this truck, it's already looking much better. It is time to test out these 35s because I'm stuffing these on a completely stock Tacoma. So stock suspension for the TRD Offroad. And as you can tell, we will see the difference here along with in that back corner there, and then up front with this lower air dam. So I'm positive that this is going to hit at some point there. And so I will set you guys up right here. We'll start in back and I will start to turn the wheel here. So it might be a little bit hard for me to see, but let's start going this way. And you guys will see it before me. I feel like it's already hitting right there. So let's jump out and take a look where we are hitting. Yeah, I don't think I will be able to turn any farther than that on that side. So we don't have quite a full lock, and then we are hitting right here. So for the lower air dam, I'm not planning to put it back on the truck. Not sure why the off-road model comes with it, but up underneath, you will see there are 7 Phillips head screws that run across the front, and it looks like there's 2 on the back side for each side. So I'm just going to remove all of those, and it should be a pretty simple uninstallation for that. It is just that easy. Now it looks like I'm going to put 2 screws back in because there's this carpet liner here that will probably start to flap and come out of the way. Not sure if I can hide it. We'll see, but at least you can put those screws in and hold it in place there. So with the air dam off, it definitely looks a whole lot better than having it on. It'll give me more ground clearance too, a better approach angle. It's supposed to help with some better airflow and aerodynamics, but putting 35s on it, that's pretty much out the window. So with a full lock now with these stock tires, this is how close we are right here. And of course, there's no lower air dam to get in the way or hit. So of course, if I went off-road with a full lock, that would definitely hit a little bit more. But as you saw earlier, I wasn't able to do a full lock in the back or a full turn. So this is a full lock, and this is how close we are in the back, and I'll show you what I removed in the back there. So we'll work our way to the driver's side, and there's actually a panel right back here. So there's 3 of these plastic tabs here. You just use a flathead screwdriver to pop those off, and with those plastic tabs out of the way, you can simply remove this entire piece here, and that exposes this chunk of metal right here. Now on the 3rd gen Tacoma, if you wanted more space back here, you didn't want to rub on the frame, you had to do the cab mount chop, which involved cutting away the frame, re-welding a new piece, and giving you that extra clearance. For the 4th gen Tacoma, you have 3 bolts right there. I am using an 11/16 to remove this upper one, and then there's also 2 down below. So 1 right here and 1 right here. Now, from what I have read, this piece here is actually functional for safety. So if you got in a front end collision, your tire's not going to go through past this, through the firewall or anything like that. So if you choose to remove this, do so at your own risk. So this piece here I am taking off. That is the other side that you saw, of course. And with those loose, you can actually take all 3 out without that piece moving, because there is a little notch in the back of it that you have to lift up slightly and take that out. So now with this giant chunk out of the way, I'll set you guys back up and we'll take a look at how this turns all the way to a full lock to the driver's side. So apparently this doesn't have quite as much clearance as the other side, or I just turned really good and avoided that whole section on the other side. But in reality, you can do a full lock. It is just going to rub on this section here. So my next modification is going to be to raise the truck. So keep posted for that. But in general, with these 35 12.5 tires with a 0 offset, technically you can run them with the stock truck. You might just have to trim a little bit back here, which if I have to do that, I'm going to wait until I lift the truck. That way, if there is trimming, I can do a very minimal amount, because this is, you know, going into the body. Once you cut into this, you are not going back. So it is a little tight right now. I'll at least be able to move this around the driveway and, you know, get it back in the garage here for the lift kit. But there we have it, the Nitto Ridge Grapplers along with the RTX Zion wheels. Definitely a beefy setup with this truck. We'll get it outside. I'll throw up some painting shots just to let you take another look at it from a distance. But I think it looks really good so far, especially with the Terra and the bronze there. So stay tuned for the next video lifting this truck. We'll get a little bit more clearance up front. And then I'm also taking measurements of the stock height, the height now, and then with it lifted too. So that way you guys can see just how much of a lift and better clearance you can get with this 4th gen Tacoma. It's already taller than the 3rd gen in the stock form. So I'm going to be pushing the height of my previous Tacoma with a smaller lift, bigger tires. It's definitely going to be a fun project. So I hope you all enjoyed today's video collecting my Tacoma, modding it day 1. I have a lot more projects in store for this truck, so make sure you subscribe, stay tuned for those videos as well as the rest of our daily uploads. I'll see you all in the next video.